What's up, court nerds? Time to get served. It's your boy Phil. And boy, do we have a doozy out of Wyandotte. Do you remember the creamer lady? It's one of the first videos I ever did here on Time Served on my channel. Well, we have another spiked dessert menu item. And this time, this one takes the cake. Enjoy, nerds.
Mr. Radowski, Mr. Mansurov is just logged in from Calhoun County Jail. And I'm sure I know you get a chance to speak with him because I don't believe you've had a chance to talk with him. And so then I know you need to speak to Mr. Vicioso as well. So we're going to handle Mr. Radowski.
Okay.
So we're on the record in the matter of Matthew Radowski, 21836. And appearance, counsel?
Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Mr. Radowski. Mr. Radowski, would you please state your name for the record?
Matthew Radowski.
All right, thank you. And today is the date scheduled for the jail review. On January 3rd, Mr. Radowski was sentenced to 15 days jail. You served 7 and the court suspended 8, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And this was as a result of your probation violation.
Yes.
And since then, you are now employed, correct?
Yes.
You've been attending outpatient counseling.
Yes.
You are just about finished with your community service.
Yes.
However, within all that, you still tested positive for alcohol on March 20th.
Yes. 2 days before, we were having a family reunion. My aunt from New Mexico, my mom's half sister, came up to visit for the first time in 20 years. And so we decided to have a large family gathering of about 20 people. And one of my other aunts brought a dessert, which I did not know at the time was one of those adults only desserts. And since I was the one basically hosting this family reunion at my house with my father, I was so busy making sure the guests were all set that I didn't get the word that this was an adults only dessert. So, and I take full responsibility for not knowing that at the time. I mean, I should have been more careful. I mean, I just didn't figure someone would bring something like that to the party. So.
Okay, well, so counsel, there's also the probation violation today as well.
Correct.
Okay. So Mr. Radowski, please raise your right hand. The other right hand, sorry. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this man be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, thank you. All right. And as to the allegation that you tested positive for alcohol on March 20th, which would be technical violation number 4, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And you've gone over your rights for probation violation purposes with your attorney, correct?
Correct.
And you understand all of those rights?
I do.
You also understand that by entering into a plea, you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your right to a contested hearing.
Right, correct. Right.
And you also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea. In this case, the recommendation is to revoke probation, close the case without improvement, pay a $50 probation violation fee, serve 8 days, the balance of your jail that was suspended, and 45 days on the alcohol tether after you release. That's the recommendation.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
I do.
And knowing all that, you still want to continue with your plea?
Yes, but I would just ask the court for leniency, considering that, I have been making, all the strides that have been required of me from this
Okay.
from this
Okay,
program, from this, yes.
Mr. Radowski, just a moment, we're gonna get to that. First, I just need to,
Okay.
have the factual basis for the plea. Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No.
All right, and counsel, do you need further voir dire?
I'm satisfied, Judge. But
Or
I,
also satisfied?
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No,
I was
go
gonna say,
ahead.
if we need to do more, no problem, but Mr. Radowski was open up front. He told the story that I think there's sufficient basis.
All right, the court would also agree the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea as a probation violation. Indicate this is technical violation number 4. And sir, what kind of dessert was this?
It was some sort of cake that had its frosting was made with Irish cream and whiskey, and I didn't find out until afterwards that because the frosting wasn't cooked, none of the alcohol would have cooked out. And then I ate a fair bit of it because after hosting a party for 20 people, 20 family members, I just ate ravenously since I didn't have a chance to eat during the party. And then the intervening day between the party was on the March 18th, and the intervening day I just slept all day. And then on March 20th, the day of the test, was also my first day of work. So I immediately just got up, when I made the call and heard my color, went in, did the test, and then immediately from the testing site went to my first day of work. So it's absolutely regrettable that I didn't double check, because honestly, with this dessert, I didn't even know it had alcohol in it. And I should have figured, I should have been more careful, because the youngest member of our family right now is 34, and the children that were there weren't eating anything because they're on special diets or something, weren't eating any of the food the rest of us were. So. And
so you said that so you live with your dad?
I live with my dad, and together we take care of my mother with terminal dementia.
Okay. And so how much of this dessert did you eat?
Quite a bit. I couldn't give you an exact amount, but I ate quite a bit. I got the impression that it wasn't popular with the rest of the party. So it was food that was available after working many hours trying to pull off this event.
All right, well, listen, I've heard lots of excuses, cooking with alcohol, I mean, all sorts of stuff, but this is the first that you had that much alcohol infused dessert that you still 2 days later would have tested positive with 1,096 nanograms per milliliter in your system, sir, after you slept the entire next day.
I don't understand how the biology of it works, ma'am. That is not my expertise.
And sir, Irish cream has a distinct taste, does it not? So does whiskey?
Yeah, but there was so much sugar in it that I didn't even know.
You're telling this court that you had that much dessert that was infused with Irish cream and whiskey, and you didn't taste any of it because of sugar?
Ma'am, like I said, I ate a significant amount of it because I was so hungry after my hosting duties. This, it was I was very adamant about this party going off, without history. So it was the first time my mom's sister had seen her in almost 20 years. So it was whether I was so hungry after hosting or just so tired as well that it didn't even occur to me. I just ate because it was the one thing I hadn't done at all that day.
Sure, no, I get it. When you're hosting a party, sometimes you forget to eat and whatnot, and kind of eat whatever's there. But you're telling me this court that that was the only thing left to eat, and you were so ravenous that you went ahead and ate the entire cake and didn't even taste the alcohol?
That's exactly what happened, ma'am.
Okay.
And
Counsel? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Mr. Radowski?
I would just ask for leniency because, like I said, I have been complying with all the court's requests, and this is unfortunate that this.
And believe that Mr. Rakowski had no idea that his cake was spiked. He was just so busy.
Information that I
don't
completed,
think DiSanto's believe in this.
And I just a few more hours in community service, and I've made good amounts of, good amounts of payments towards my, fines and fees. I just and combining that with, having to take, helping my father take care of my mother with the assistance of a nurse that we employ part-time. And the fact that I am now gainfully employed and it is going absolutely wonderfully. And I'm just absolutely mortified like something like this could happen, and completely unintentionally. And it wasn't due to a slip or a lack of willpower. It was completely accidental. And I just want to be able to continue on this path that I've set out since January, and since I got out of Wayne County the first time. And I would just ask that I be able to be allowed to continue on this path so I can show you that I am making this real change.
So there's no doubt that you've made some positive changes. That you're employed, that you've been attending your outpatient counseling, but you also consumed alcohol.
Yes.
And I know that you're adamant that that's how it happened, but I'm not buying it, because you would have had to have consumed, I don't even know how much, but the way that it would have broken down being ingredients in a dessert 2 days later would not still have been this high in your system. So the court's going to indicate that it's going to adopt the recommendation. You're to serve the balance of the 8 days jail.
May I ask that
45 days on the alcohol tether upon release. And then the court is going to revoke probation.
May I ask a question?
What is that, sir?
Can I ask that I be allowed a few days to get my affairs in order with my job so I can return to it upon release?
I was getting to that for you, sir. Yes. So I'm going to indicate that you are to report on May 1st. That would be sufficient time for you to get those affairs in order with work, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, so I'm going to have you email into probation, and Michelle can give you your documentation and all that.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, off the record. Okay, so Mr. DiSanto.
Well, there you have it. Another gem out of Wyandotte. Maybe mommy and daddy can send Matthew a little cake with a file in it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe and set your notifications to all so you never miss any of these fantastic clips. I'm your boy Phil, and you've been served.